Hello and welcome to DTC Presents. I'm Steve Condiotti, and here at DTC we get asked very often about lighting for green screens. So we'd like to take the opportunity today to talk about and illustrate how to light a basic green screen setup. Green screens come in a variety of sizes, 8x8, 12x12, and 20x20. Other sizes are available depending on needs and conditions of your location. But let's talk today about what we'll need to do a basic 8x8 green screen setup. Let's look at the materials we'll need to do this. C-stands, 20-pound sandbags, 8x8 frame, 8x8 green screen, 24x36 flags, diffusion, KinoFlow 4x4 banks. Let's get started. Julie and Luke are here to help set up the 8x8 frame. Flatten the 8x8 frame parallel to the ground so it'll make putting the green screen into the frame easier. Now that we've built the frame, let's put the green screen inside. It's a good idea to try to keep the green screen off the floor to prevent any dust or dirt to get on it. That'll affect your mat. Once the elastic corners are attached to the frame, use a half hitch and a bow to tie the tie lines to the frame, just like tying your shoelaces. That'll make it easy to undo later. A tight, unwrinkled green screen will help your mat. Once you've got the green screen set up, leave a little room away from the wall so you have room to put a backlight up over the screen. We'll talk about backlights in a moment. The green screen should be considered as two lighting setups, foreground, ULI, and our background, green screen. It's a good idea to have some separation of about 6 to 8 feet between the subject and the background. Well, let's turn on some lights for the background now. We're using KinoFlow fluorescent fixtures. These are 4-foot by 4-bank fixtures. In this case, a little trick that I've used to increase the saturation of the green is using green tubes. The only problem with that is to make certain not to let any of the green spill affect the foreground. You can use flags and ciders to prevent that from happening. Focus your lights so you get an even spread of light across the green screen. One other tip is to use diffusion like 250 or 216 to help soften and spread the light on the green screen. The diffusion material will also decrease the intensity of light on the screen if you need less light. Now that we've lit the background green screen, let's work on the foreground. One place I like to start is with a backlight that helps separate the green screen from the foreground. Let's look at a backlight on, and off, and on again. So you can see the difference in how that helps separate the foreground from the background. Now, let's add in a key light and a fill light. We're using KinoFlows here. They're good for adjusting the balance if we want to change the ratio. For instance, let's add more fill and less key. So you can see how you could adjust your lighting ratios and direction. Let's go back on the key and down on the fill. One thing to keep in mind is where the light is coming from in your composite. You want to make sure that the key light is coming from the same side to make sure that your foreground and background match lighting-wise. Now that we've lit the background and the foreground, you're pretty much set and good to go. Thanks for watching DTC Presents. Stay tuned for more episodes.